Okay, hello, this is La Niña Garsón. So you enter from the second floor, walk up, a little landing, and come up, which is a perfect mud space. Big window, some nice pendant lighting. Come in, there's your bedroom, living, bathroom, kitchen back that way. So bathroom, full tub, come out. I'm gonna make a little office nook here. Of some sort, whatever. Point is, there's space to be utilized here. Bedroom is here, big windows up front, and then two giant closets, which is nice. 1 and 2. So here's the front of the house. This is where that second floor apartment below me that I did last year, that's their big front porch is right there, their private balcony. So bedroom, decent size. You could definitely put a king. Stairwell or fire escape rather, which is nice. Kitchen is at the end, and then here's your living space. So there's a lot of drop downs because I'm in a third floor attic. So like that is a dormer. The bathroom itself is a dormer. And then here we run like front to the back of the house with the main support coming underneath. So the question is, what the hell am I doing for space? Because in the kitchen, I have slanted walls. There will not be any wall cabinetry. The less functional space people have, the less they're able to care for a space. So this was all sorts of crazy boxed in. There was a drop down box, blew that out. This was completely closed all the way. The chimney was closed. The furnace was closed. There was like a door here. So I blew all of that out. This can go, and the outer one can go. There's just one main support in the middle, and then all of this framing can go as well. So I'll need to keep some kind of access panel to the furnace from here. The filter is there, gas lines and stuff are here. So I'll need some kind of front access, no higher than what they had, but probably at least a little bit, probably wider. Maybe a little wider would be more convenient. But again, as much of that is coming out as possible. All this shit is coming down. So I love the ductwork. I love the brick. And I want to capitalize on it. And then on this side is what I'll have for kitchen. So I've started kind of taping out my ideas. And I'm going to add a washer and dryer as well, which is where I'm really, sorry, I'm grabbing paper at the same time. I'm really being thoughtful about because I don't have many spots for it. In fact, I really pretty much have one. So anyhow, here is this area. And then tucked back here is an area as well. I really wanted all of this open as much as possible, at least for sightline's sake. One cohesive flooring the whole length. Amber, I love the floors you just showed us. That's what I want, is like a warmer floor. And then I have my kitchen here, bathrooms back there. So what I have on this wall is 12-inch cabinet, stove, 30-inch cabinet with counter, 30-inch cabinet with a petite sink, and then fridge. So actual cabinetry, you've got a 12-inch and a 30-inch. Actual counter space, you've got a 12-inch and a 30-inch. That's it, because otherwise it's sink, then fridge, stove in the middle, and like I said, there's gonna be no wall cabinetry. So basically, little to no cabinets and little to no counter space. Then I have this side, the only place for laundry, because unless I do a side-by-side, I would need front loaders, or I completely lose the space, which I'm not doing front loaders. So I'm gonna do a stackable. Really the only place to put it is here. I've explored elsewhere in the apartment, and this is for sure gonna be the cheapest place to put it. This PVC, I'm relocating up behind the chimney and out the house that way to the back. And the dryer vent off the back would do the same up and out that way. So those will be relocated. So then, of course, on top of what's behind me and the washer and dryer here are stackable, I need as much cabinetry and counter space as possible. So I drew in lines just so we knew dimensions. So Left to right here is 72 inches of cabinetry. And then left to right here is 48 inches of cabinetry. And those are coming out 24 inches, of course. Now, this doesn't work, right? The only limiting factor on my washer and dryer is that it's tall, right? So the average height of a stackable is somewhere between 70.5 and 74. This back edge here has 69 inches clearance before it hits the slanted ceiling. Now this silhouette I have larger than need be. So this is 28 wide and 33 deep. An apartment would be 24 wide, 26 deep. A full size would be 26 wide, 30 deep. So if I get a little more space this way, obviously I can be higher than 69 high, right? I could be 70 high, 71 high, 72 high, something like that, right? But anyhow, point is, it won't be by much. So I don't know how to do this. I'm already bummed to be losing, you know, a side of my brick chimney, except that it's the only way to still keep things open. So anyhow, I'm futzing around with what to do over here, and I'm kind of stumped, and it's holding me up. And then here, when bussing all this out, what I want is more cabinetry and counter space here with maybe some breakfast bar like on this end. It allows for open sight lines across, minus this beam will be more petite than it is, but that will have to be wrapped or something. But that's the plan, is obviously keep this as open and large as possible. But I want to capitalize on the brick. I want to capitalize on the ductwork. So like the furnace, right? I mean, these are the lines that are currently going that way. They're gonna instead come up and out. The dryer exhaust is gonna come up and out. The 220 line for the dryer is coming up alongside the same, whatever. Anyhow, I need something here, right? Because obviously that can't all be exposed, but I wanna keep as much ductwork as possible. I need something here, right? I need whatever kind of kitchen islandy breakfast bar thing I'm gonna figure out here. And then I need to fashion some kind of washer dryer, as much counter and cabinet space as possible here. And then on this side, access wise, I do have scuttle access there into the eaves of the attic. I don't need it, and I don't really need access here, but I wouldn't mind having some kind of temporary wall here or something if I needed to get into, but it's not hugely important. This washer and dryer, everything will face this way. So it would be a top loading washer on the bottom, and then the dryer would sit up top, and it would just come flush here with the brick. So when you're looking, you know, from this way, entering the apartment, it really will be hidden. And then when you're looking here, you know, you're gonna have cabinet out and just sort of the same silhouette cabinet out. Maybe you put just like a small bistro table at the end, but again, you have the breakfast bar. The other idea is like the apartment depth cabinetry here, lower, you know, like the, I don't know, what is it, 18-inch depth or 12-inch depth or something like that. Could be there, and countertop across. It's not my favorite idea because it takes away from maybe a love seat or a chair or whatnot. But again, there's that little nook there that can be used and utilized as well. But I mean, this is obviously the biggest wall, which would be more the couch wall. Honestly, what I would do is I would do sectional space behind it to the window, shit ton of plants. Then you're sitting on the couch. You've got open sight lines to the kitchen. There's your breakfast wall, and I would put my TV there. That's what I would do. Okay, so the size of this right now, this tape is 48 wide, 24 deep. And that gets me right to the line where I'm clearing everything furnace, right? Gas line and everything is cleared. So again, I need some kind of like wall-ish thing. But then I don't want just like a smidge of ductwork, like that'd be silly. So again, I'm kind of thinking, right? Like when walking in, there's a lot of options. Like this wall here, it had this stupid drop down box in situation that really shrunk that space even more. What about like that faux brick paneling, right? Just like kind of keep this, I don't know. I'm stuck on that design, but more importantly, what I'm stuck on is how am I doing things? What is my layout? Because again, behind me on the actual like sink wall, there ain't room for shit. So I have here, the washer and dryer are gonna have to go there. Whatever I can do here, maybe utilize some space here, and then whatever I can do here. But that's it. It's really big. Otherwise, this was atrocious. This was like so tight and boxed in and stuff. But that's it. Love yous.